Space was silent, wide, and endless. Stars shined like cold eyes watching everything from far away. In this deep and quiet universe, humanity finally reached a dream they had worked for centuries to achieve. After years of effort, hard work, and exploration, Earth was accepted into the Galactic Council, a massive alliance of alien civilizations spread across the stars. For humans, it was a moment of celebration. For the aliens, however, it was something else. Humanity believed the Council was peaceful, wise, and united. But inside the great chamber of the Council, behind closed doors, there was something very different: fear. Some aliens whispered that humans grew too fast. Others worried that humanity might take over one day. And a few believed that humans were dangerous because they had survived countless wars and disasters on their own. Still, no one said these things openly. The Council smiled. They welcomed the humans politely. But the smiles were thin and the eyes were cold. Humanity did not notice. Earth was happy. Colonies across Mars, Europa, Titan, and several nearby systems sent messages full of hope. Humans believed they had finally found their place among the stars. They trusted the Council with open hearts. And that was their first mistake. The story begins on the day Earth's ambassador, Ambassador Keller, walked into the Grand Council chamber for the first time. The chamber floated above a white dwarf star, supported by strange alien technology. Around him sat dozens of tall alien figures, their bodies glowing, shifting, or reflecting in the light. Keller looked around with awe. He could not believe he was now part of this great galactic family. But while he felt excitement, several alien leaders looked at him with quiet tension. One of them, a tall insect-like creature named Chairman Zaller, leaned closer to another alien and whispered softly in their language. Keller could not understand, but the tone did not sound friendly. The alien next to him nodded slowly, their glowing eyes tightening. Inside the Council, something dark was growing. Meanwhile, far away from the Council, a strange signal appeared near Earth's borders. It was faint, slow, and repeating like a heartbeat. Several human satellites caught it, but before the message could be fully decoded, the signal vanished. When the Earth Defense Network tried to ask the Galactic Council about it, the Council simply replied, "Nothing unusual. Probably a natural cosmic echo." But they were hiding something. They already knew where the signal came from. And they did not want humanity to know. A few human scientists felt suspicious, but most believed the Council's explanation. After all, humans had only joined recently. They trusted their new allies. They thought the Council had no reason to lie. But the Council did have a reason. And it was growing stronger every day. 2 weeks after joining, humanity was invited to a private meeting inside the Council's strategy room. Only senior members were allowed inside. Keller felt honored. He believed this was a sign of trust. Inside the room, however, the atmosphere felt strange. The air was thick. The lights were dim. And several alien leaders stared at him with unreadable expressions. Chairman Zaller stood at the center of the room. His wings folded behind his back, looking sharp like blades. "Ambassador Keller," he said softly, "we have important matters to discuss. Matters that concern the safety of the Council." Keller nodded. "Of course. Humanity will help however we can." Zaller's mouth twitched. "Yes, we hope so." Another alien, with eyes like liquid silver, stepped forward. "There has been growing concern about Earth's rapid expansion. Your species builds ships faster than expected. Your colonies grow quickly. And your military technology is impressive." Keller smiled politely. "Thank you. Humanity works hard." The silver-eyed alien did not smile back. "That is precisely the problem." Keller felt something cold inside his chest. Before he could respond, an alarm suddenly beeped on Zaller's desk. A message flashed in an alien script. Zaller quickly shut it down before Keller could see it. "It is nothing," he said coldly. "Our meeting is over." Keller walked out slowly, confused. He could feel something was wrong. The aliens were hiding something. And they seemed worried, no, afraid, of humanity. That night, inside the Council structure, 2 alien leaders met secretly. "The humans are growing stronger," the first alien hissed. "They must be controlled," the second replied, "before they become unstoppable." "And if they resist?" The second alien's voice turned cold. "Then humanity will be dealt with." Back on Earth, Keller prepared a report about his strange meeting. He wanted to warn his government, but he had no evidence. Everything was only suspicion. Still, a storm was coming. Earth felt it. The Council felt it. Only space remained quiet, pretending nothing was wrong. But the silence was fake. And soon that silence would break. Because humanity trusted the Council. But the Council never trusted humanity, and betrayal was already on its way. The Galactic Council chamber was quiet, too quiet. The kind of silence that comes before a dangerous decision. Light from a blue star shined through the tall crystal windows, making the room look peaceful. But inside, peace was only an illusion. Humanity had joined the Council 2 months ago. And in those 2 months, something had become clear. Humans worked quickly, learned fast, and grew stronger every single day. For some species this was impressive. For others it was frightening. And fear always leads to danger. On this day a secret meeting was called. No humans were invited. The doors locked. The energy field around the chamber turned red, proof that the meeting was confidential. Chairman Zaller stood at the center, wings folded tight, eyes sharp and cold. Around him sat 32 alien leaders. They moved nervously. Some whispered to each other. Some tapped their claws or tentacles on the table. Some stared at the hologram floating above the room, a projection of Earth and all of its colonies. Several red circles marked human territories, and more circles were appearing each month. Zaller raised his voice. The expansion of humanity must be discussed. It affects the safety of the entire Council. A reptilian alien hissed. Humans grow too fast. They will control half of the nearby systems in a decade. A shadow-like alien added, their ships travel faster than our predictions. And their soldiers, they do not break easily. A crystalline being spoke softly, we should guide them. Teach them slowly. They are new. Not dangerous. The room went silent. Then Zaller leaned forward. Not dangerous? His voice was low. Did you forget the old reports? Their wars? Their history? Humanity is the only species that destroyed itself more times than we can count, and still survived. That kind of species cannot be allowed to rise unchecked. Whispers filled the chamber. Fear had already taken root. Then the hologram changed. A map appeared, showing Earth's hidden military stations, its advanced engines, its growing fleets. Some of the data was secret human information. Only the Council had access to it. No other young species has expanded at this speed, Zaller continued. If this continues, they will challenge the Council. An old alien with purple skin asked, what are you suggesting? Zaller's wings opened slightly. A controlled limitation. The room froze. Everyone knew what controlled limitation meant. Covert sabotage. Energy block fields. Silent attacks that looked like accidents. Operations hidden from the public. In simple words, weaken humanity before it becomes too powerful. A few aliens looked uncomfortable. But no one spoke against him. Zaller tapped the table and a new hologram appeared, this time a plan. A quiet, dangerous plan. Step 1. Disrupt Earth's long-range satellites. Step 2. Block their communications with outer colonies. Step 3. Disable their defense grid in a training accident. Step 4. Move a Council fleet close to Earth, for observation. Step 5. Force humanity to depend on the Council for protection. If everything went well, humans would stay under control. The vote began. One by one, the alien leaders raised their hands or their markers. Yes. 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 Only 3 voted no. But the majority ruled. The plan was approved. At that same moment, Ambassador Keller was in his room in the Council City. He felt uneasy for the past few days. Something was happening behind the scenes. Something being kept away from him. He looked at the stars from his window, wondering why he felt so heavy. He remembered the strange meeting. The whispering. The hidden messages. And the cold looks from some alien leaders. His communicator blinked suddenly. A secure message from Earth. Ambassador, our satellites detected another strange signal. And Council sensors blocked it before we could analyze it. Keller froze. The Council was blocking signals? For a moment he thought it was a mistake. But deep inside he knew it wasn't. He replied, keep observing. Don't tell the Council yet. His heart beat faster. He felt something coming, something big. Back in the secret chamber, the meeting reached its final point. A large mechanical alien spoke. What if humans discover the plan? Zaller smiled softly. They won't. They trust us. And trust is the easiest weakness. The Council members nodded. Trust was a weakness. But this time, it was not humanity's weakness. It was the Council's mistake. After the vote, lights turned blue again. The chamber unlocked. The secret meeting ended. But the consequences had already begun. Outside in space, several Council ships received coded orders. Phase 1 begins. Across the galaxy, hidden probes activated. In Earth's orbit, a tiny satellite began to malfunction. In the darkness of space, something dangerous started moving toward human territory. No alarm rang. No warning was given. No message was sent. The betrayal had officially started. Ambassador Keller walked through the long hallway of the council building. He saw two alien guards whispering. When he approached, they stopped talking instantly. Their eyes followed him. Cold, careful, watching. He felt his stomach twist. Something was wrong. Very wrong. Humanity believed it had entered a peaceful alliance. But behind the glowing walls of the council, a shadow had risen. A shadow preparing to strike. And Earth had no idea what was coming. The decision had been made. The trap was set. And the galaxy was about to change forever. The galaxy looked peaceful from a distance. Stars glowed. Planets moved silently. Space seemed calm, like nothing bad could ever happen. But inside that silence, a hidden danger was already closing in. Earth did not know. Human colonies did not know. Even the human ambassador had no proof. Only the Galactic Council knew the truth. Because they were the ones who started it. High above Earth, in the dark emptiness of space, several small council probes drifted silently. They looked harmless, tiny metal spheres no bigger than a football. But inside they carried advanced tools made to disable human technology. One of the probes suddenly activated. A sharp spark flashed inside it, and then a beam of invisible energy shot out toward a human satellite. The satellite flickered. Then it died. No explosion. No smoke. Just silence. Down on Earth, a technician looked at his screen in confusion. Satellite 47 just went offline, he said. Another technician shrugged. Probably a malfunction. These old units fail sometimes. They didn't think much about it. But above them, 3 more satellites went dark. One after another. Quietly. Without warning. Earth still did not understand. But humanity's eyes were slowly being closed. At the same time, a large council fleet was moving toward the Sol system. It had over 70 ships, sleek, powerful, and painted in the council's silver-blue colors. But they were not entering in attack formation. No. They entered pretending to be peaceful. A soft message was sent to Earth. We are visiting for a routine inspection. A friendly visit. No need to worry. Earth welcomed them at first. A council fleet visiting was considered a good sign. A sign of friendship and trust. But the fleet's leader, Admiral Thrazik, had another purpose. His real order was simple. Approach Earth. Block human communication. Wait for Phase 2. He did not question the order. He did not feel guilt. He only followed commands. Ambassador Keller, still on the council planet, woke up early that morning. He felt restless, as if something heavy was sitting on his chest. He checked his messages. Earth had sent him a short report. 4 satellites offline. Cause unknown. We are investigating. Keller stared at the message for a long time. His heart sank. This was no accident. He could feel it. He rushed out of his room and went straight to the council communications center. 2 alien guards blocked the entrance. I need access, Keller said. Access denied, one guard replied coldly. Keller frowned. I am a representative of Earth. I have every right to. The guard raised his weapon slightly. Access denied. The message was clear. Keller backed away slowly, his pulse rising. Why were they blocking him? What were they hiding? The answer sat in the shadows behind him. 2 alien officers watching him quietly, making sure he didn't go anywhere he wasn't supposed to. The net was tightening around humanity and he was trapped in the middle. Meanwhile, in Earth's orbit, the Council fleet formed a massive ring around the planet. Human officers on space stations started to feel uneasy. Why are they so close? This isn't normal formation. Are they scanning our networks? One officer tried sending a message to Mars. The screen flashed red, signal blocked. He tried again. Blocked. He tried a 3rd time. Blocked again. The officer felt cold fear rise in his stomach. Sir. Mars is not responding. Earth's command rooms lit up. Warning alarms beeped softly. Human generals exchanged worried looks. Something was happening. Something planned. Something dangerous. Down on Mars colony, thousands of people noticed the sudden blackout. Communication screens turned dark. Long-distance signals were lost. Colony commanders tried contacting Earth, but nothing went through. Colonel Rena Ortiz, in charge of Mars defense, stared at the dead screen. This is no technical failure, she whispered. Someone is stopping us. She didn't say the Council's name. She didn't have to. Everyone in the room already felt the same suspicion. Mars activated emergency protocols. Titan activated emergency protocols. Europa activated emergency protocols. Humanity was waking up, but slowly, too slowly. Back at the Galactic Council headquarters, Chairman Zaller received a secret message. Phase 1 complete. Human systems disrupted. Council fleet in position. Zaller gave a sharp, cold smile. Good. Begin Phase 2. He turned to the other council leaders. It has started, he said. Soon humanity will realize they are not the equals of the council. Some alien leaders nodded in approval. Others looked away, guilt scratching their minds. But no one stopped the plan. Not even the ones who doubted it. Fear had already controlled them. On Earth, Admiral Wei, head of the Human Defense Network, stood in front of a large holographic display. The council fleet appeared on the screen like a massive silver wall. Why are they closing formation? An officer asked. They said it is a routine check, another replied nervously. Admiral Wei's eyes narrowed. No routine check requires 70 ships. He stepped forward and touched the screen. Prepare silent alert. Do not provoke them, but do not trust them either. His voice was calm. Too calm. The kind of calm that comes before a storm. Inside humanity, something was beginning to change. Suspicion. Fear. Anger. A slow realization that something was deeply wrong. The council had betrayed them. Earth didn't know the full truth yet. But the first signs of betrayal had already burned across the sky. The satellites were gone. The colonies were isolated. The fleet surrounded Earth. And humanity stood on the edge of something dangerous. The betrayal had begun. But Earth was not broken. Not yet. A response was coming. A powerful response. And the galaxy wasn't ready for it. The night over Earth was quiet, but inside the Human Defense Command, no one slept. Large screens glowed with red warnings. Officers whispered urgently. The room felt heavy, like the air itself knew something terrible was happening. Admiral Wei stood in the center, hands behind his back, watching the hologram of Earth and the Council fleet surrounding it. 70 ships, he said softly. This is not a visit. This is control. No one disagreed. No one dared to. The Council fleet was too close, too organized, too prepared. But Earth still did not know the truth, that the Council had already voted to weaken them, already started sabotaging their systems. Earth only felt the symptoms, but not the cause. Yet, across the planet, humanity began to feel the darkness closing in. News reports covered satellite failures. Families on Mars could not contact loved ones on Earth. Entire colonies felt cut off from home. Fear spread quietly. But humans were strange creatures. Fear did not break them. It awakened something inside them. Inside a hidden bunker under the Pacific Ocean, the most advanced human AI came online. Its name was Aurora. It was not known by the public. Only a few leaders understood its full power. Aurora activated with a soft blue light. A calm voice echoed. Human communication disturbance detected. Technicians standing nearby looked at each other. What does that mean? One whispered. Aurora continued. Pattern does not match natural failure. Pattern matches intentional interference. The room froze. Intentional. Someone was doing this on purpose. One engineer spoke carefully. Can you locate the interference source? Multiple sources, Aurora replied. All aligned with Galactic Council fleet positions. The truth landed like a punch in the chest. The Council was blocking them. Back on the Council planet, Ambassador Keller sat in his quarters, staring at his communicator. It had been silent for hours. Too silent. He tried again to send a coded message to Earth. Signal blocked. He tried a different channel. Blocked. He used a private human encryption code. Blocked. Keller gripped the device tightly. His face turned pale. They're isolating us, he whispered. They're isolating humanity. At that moment he heard footsteps outside his door. He froze. Two shadows stopped in front of his room. He held his breath. Were they watching him? Were they waiting? Was he next? The footsteps eventually moved away, but his heart continued to race. He had to warn Earth. He had to escape the Council city. He had no plan yet. But the thought of doing nothing felt worse. On Mars Colony, Colonel Rena Ortiz stood in the command room staring at a screen that displayed only silence. She clenched her jaw. Try again, she ordered. Her communication officer shook his head. No signal. Everything beyond the system is blocked. Colonel Ortiz narrowed her eyes. How long until the colony notices the blackout? Some already have. Ortiz looked at her officers. Then prepare emergency networks. I don't care if you have to use old radio waves or Morse code. Humanity doesn't go dark. Her voice was sharp, strong. Her officers straightened. They felt her determination, and it spread through them like fire. Humans did not surrender easily. Meanwhile, deep in a secret lab under Earth's surface, 10 military officers gathered around a giant reinforced door. The door was marked Project Retribution, Level Omega. Only 3 people on Earth knew what was behind it. One of them, General Caden Holt, placed his hand on the scanner. His voice was low and serious. Activate it. The massive door opened slowly, steam hissing out. Inside, bright white lights flickered to life, revealing something huge, something advanced, something the Council had no idea existed. A ship. Dark hull. Sharp edges. Glowing blue engines. A weapon of last resort. The Astrius, humanity's most advanced warship. Built in secret. Unregistered. Undetected. Capable of cutting through fleets alone. General Holt looked at it with cold focus. We hoped we would never need this, he said. But hope is not enough anymore. His officers nodded silently. Humanity had been peaceful. Humanity had trusted. But trust had been broken. Now something old and powerful was waking up inside them. Survival. On Earth's moon, human scientists gathered in a smaller base. They were afraid, but they didn't panic. Humans rarely panicked when cornered. Their minds sharpened instead. One scientist whispered, "If the Council turns hostile." Another cut her off. "They already have. Why else block us?" They exchanged tense looks. Then the lead scientist turned on a small device. "We activate the black box protocol," he said. "All colonies prepare for defense. No more waiting." A signal flashed out, not through normal channels but through buried old systems the Council did not know about. Across the human colonies, emergency lights turned red. Humanity was finally waking up. On Earth, Admiral Way stood straight and tall, staring at the hologram of the Council fleet. "Send this message," he ordered. His officer nodded. "Sir, what message?" Admiral Way's eyes were cold. "To all human colonies. Prepare defense systems. Do not trust the Council. Prepare for retaliation." The officer swallowed hard. This was it. This was the moment everything changed. Humanity was no longer confused. No longer blind. No longer asleep. The Council had started something. And humanity was about to answer. In a way the galaxy had never seen before. The stars above Earth suddenly looked different. They no longer felt peaceful. They felt like watchers, silent, waiting to see what humanity would do next. And humanity was ready to answer. For the first time in history, every colony, every station, every ship, every soldier stood united. Not in fear. Not in confusion. But in purpose. The betrayal was clear now. The Council's trap was exposed. And Earth was done pretending everything was fine. Admiral Way stood at the center of Human Defense Command, his expression calm but sharp like steel. "Begin Operation Dawn Rise," he ordered. Every officer in the room straightened instantly. Operation Dawn Rise was not a simple defense protocol. It was humanity's silent fist, a plan created years ago in case the Council ever turned hostile. No one believed they would need it. But now they did. Screens lit up across the command room. Red lights flashed. Defense grids activated. Every human station powered up shields, cannons, and communication jammers. Earth was waking up fast. Faster than the Council expected. High above the planet, the Council fleet held its tight formation. Admiral Thrazik watched Earth from his bridge, arms behind his back. His reptilian eyes narrowed. "Why are they increasing shield power?" he asked. His officer replied, "We detect new signatures. Human bases are activating systems, but we do not know the purpose." Thrazik frowned. Humans should be afraid. Not preparing. He sensed something shifting, something dangerous. The humans were not panicking. They were preparing. Meanwhile, the secret warship Astrius powered up inside its underground hangar. Blue energy spread across its hull like lightning veins. General Holt stood in front of it, helmet in hand. "The Council thinks we are blind," he said. "They think we are weak." He placed his hand on the metal surface of the ship. "They have no idea what we can do." The engines roared to life. Dust shook from the ceiling. The launch tunnel opened, revealing a long shaft that climbed straight to the sky. The Astrius rose slowly, then shot upward like a beam of blue fire. Earth saw it. The Council saw it. And the galaxy would never forget it. At the same time, Aurora, the human AI, began counterattacks. It sent invisible waves across space, targeting the Council probes that had disabled human satellites. One by one the probes fried. Tiny sparks. Small explosions. Silent deaths in space. Aurora's voice echoed through Earth's defense centers. Enemy surveillance eliminated. Humans stared at the screens, shocked. We didn't know they were there. How many more? Is the Council spying on all of us? Aurora spoke again. More than you think. The truth chilled everyone. The Council had been watching them for years, studying them, preparing for this day. But now humanity knew the truth, and truth was dangerous. On Mars, Colonel Ortiz ordered the launch of the Interceptor Swarm, a series of small, fast ships designed for precision attacks. They shot into space like silver arrows. Target their communication blockers, Ortiz commanded. The interceptors weaved between the Council ships, too small and fast to hit. Their microcannons fired concentrated bursts of energy. Within minutes, 5 Council jammers exploded. Earth's communication pulse suddenly came back alive. Colonies lit up. Screens flickered. Messages returned. Mars to Earth, we are online. Europa to Earth, standing by. Titan to Earth, ready for orders. Humanity's family was connected again. The darkness was breaking. The Council fleet panicked. What is happening? How did humans bypass our jammers? They should not have this technology. Admiral Thrazik felt something he had not felt in decades. Fear. He whispered, have we underestimated them? His officer shouted, Sir. A new human ship detected. Unknown class. Unknown power. A massive blue light appeared beneath Earth. Then a ship shot upward with incredible speed, stopping suddenly in front of the Council fleet. The Astrius. Dark. Powerful. Silent. Thrazik stared at it in shock. That cannot be a human ship. But it was. Inside the Astrius, General Holt sent one message. One sentence. To the Council fleet. To the galaxy. To anyone listening. Earth has heard your betrayal. The message echoed across space. Council ships buzzed with panic. No response protocol. What do we do? Should we open fire? Thrazik shouted, hold your fire. We still control them. We. His words died when the Astrius performed an impossible maneuver. It vanished. Not cloaked. Not hidden. It simply disappeared. Then, boom. A shockwave hit the Council ships as the Astrius reappeared behind them, disabling 3 vessels with a single precise blast. No deaths. No destroyed ships. Just complete control. General Holt's voice echoed again. We will not kill you. We will not start a war. But we will defend ourselves. The Council fleet backed away slightly. For the first time they saw the truth. Humanity was not prey. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not alone. Humanity was powerful. And their revenge was not wild or violent. It was controlled. Sure. Precise. The kind of revenge that shook stars. Down on Earth, Admiral Way stood tall. Astrius is in position, an officer reported. Way nodded. Good. Now humanity speaks. He turned to the communication platform. Send a message to all human worlds, he commanded. Tell them the truth. The message went out. The Council betrayed us. We respond with strength, unity, and justice. Across the solar system, humans lifted their heads. Fear faded. Pride replaced it. And the spark of war was burning. But this war was different. This time humanity was not the victim. This time they held the power. The galaxy was about to learn what it meant to provoke Earth. And the Council's greatest mistake was about to explode in their faces. Across the Council's capital world, panic spread like wildfire. The entire high chamber shook as emergency alerts flashed on every wall. Council members, who once sat comfortably in gold chairs, now stood in fear, whispering nervously. Humans have a new warship. It defeated 3 of our vessels in seconds. How did they build this without us knowing? They were supposed to be primitive. Their voices were full of shock, confusion, and anger. High Chancellor Vorik slammed his heavy fist on the crystal table. Silence. Everyone froze. Vorik's sharp eyes scanned the room. His voice grew louder and deeper. We controlled Earth for decades. We limited their technology. We restricted their weapon development. We kept them under observation through hidden probes. Pause. Yet somehow, they have surpassed us. The chamber filled with uneasy murmurs. No one wanted to admit the truth. Humanity had grown stronger right under their noses. Vorik took a deep breath. We must respond before the other species see our weakness. If they learn we cannot control humans, our power is finished. The room fell silent again. Then a thin counselor whispered the question they all feared. What if we cannot stop them? Vorik's jaw tightened. His pride burned. We are the Galactic Council. We command 50 civilizations. We will crush Earth before they grow more dangerous. But even he did not believe his own words completely. Meanwhile, high above Earth, the Astrius hovered like a silent guardian. Its metallic hull glowed with shifting blue patterns, and its engines hummed with quiet power. Inside, General Holt stood at the command deck, calm and focused. Council fleet is retreating slightly, Aurora reported. They are rethinking their strategy. Holt nodded. Good. Let them rethink. He did not want a war. But he would not allow humanity to be slaves to the Council ever again. A young officer approached. Sir, messages from the colonies are pouring in. They want to help Earth. Holt smiled for the first time that day. Tell them to prepare defensive positions. We will fight as one. On Titan, miners turned their drills into improvised rail cannons. On Europa, scientists reprogrammed ice robots into mobile turrets. On Venus Orbital Station, engineers strengthened shields around civilian habitats. Every colony, every outpost, every human settlement began preparing for war, not with fear, but with unity. Children helped carry supplies. Families prepared shelters. Soldiers stood ready in shining armor. The human spirit had awakened fully now, and nothing was going to stop it. Back at the Council, Admiral Thrazik finally arrived to report personally. The tall reptilian warrior stood stiffly before the High Chancellor. You saw the human ship yourself? Vorik asked. Yes, Chancellor, Thrazik replied. It is beyond anything we have in our fleet. Some counselors gasped. Thrazik continued, it moves faster than light. It teleports short distances. It uses controlled shockwaves that disable ships without killing. The counselors exchanged worried looks. Vorik narrowed his eyes. Did they threaten us? Thrazik sighed. No. That is the strange part. They were calm, controlled, strategic. A small, trembling counselor whispered, they could have destroyed your fleet, why didn't they? Thrazik hesitated. Because, Chancellor, I think they want justice, not chaos. Silence spread across the chamber. Even Vorik's confidence cracked for a moment. Humans wanted justice. Justice from the Council. Justice for betrayal. Justice for the intimidation and secret surveillance. Vorik growled, we cannot let them dictate the balance of power. He slammed his hand again. Prepare the Dominator fleet. Shock rippled through the chamber. But Chancellor, the Dominator fleet is forbidden. It violates every treaty. Vorik cut them off. I do not care. If humans want justice, we will give them war. Thrazik stepped forward. Chancellor, with respect, using the Dominator fleet may start a galaxy-wide rebellion. Many species already dislike our rule. Vorik glared at him. And who will stop us? Humans? They are still too small. Thrazik felt something heavy in his chest, fear mixed with guilt. I believe you underestimate them, he said quietly. Vorik's voice became ice. And you overestimate them. He turned away. Launched the fleet. Back near Earth, Aurora detected a massive energy surge. General Holt, the AI said, the Council has activated their Dominator fleet. Holt's expression hardened. A war we tried to avoid is finally coming. He stepped toward the holomap showing hundreds of Red Council ships mobilizing from different worlds. Officers around him tensed. What do we do, sir? Can we fight them all? Should we evacuate civilians? Holt looked at them calmly. We fight smart. We fight united. And we fight with courage. He pointed to the map. The Council thinks we are weak. They think we will panic. They think we will surrender. Pause. They are wrong. Aurora added, General, humanity's forces are ready. All colonies await your orders. Holt stood tall. Send this message to every human world. The Council is coming. We will not run. We will not bow. We will show them who we truly are. The Astrius engines flared with powerful light. The human fleet began to assemble. The first interstellar war in human history was about to begin. A war humanity did not start, but a war humanity would finish. The space around Earth glowed with thousands of tiny lights, each one a ship preparing for the greatest battle in human history. Cargo ships turned into armor carriers. Mining vessels were refitted with improvised weapons. Old destroyers received new shields powered by Aurora's advanced technology. The human fleet was not the largest in the galaxy, but it was the fastest growing, the most determined. And now the most united. Inside the Astrius, General Holt watched as every human world connected through a single holographic screen. Thousands of faces, leaders, soldiers, colonists, engineers, looked toward him. He took a breath. Humanity, Holt said, his voice steady, the Galactic Council has chosen war. Not because we attacked them. Not because we threatened them. But because they fear us. Across the colonies, people listen silently. They fear our progress. They fear our unity. They fear the strength we built with our own hands. Holt stepped forward. But we will not fight out of hate. We fight because we want freedom. We fight because we deserve our place among the stars. We fight for our children, our homes, our future. Aurora amplified the message. Earth does not kneel. The moment those words echoed, an explosion of applause and cheers burst across all channels. From Titan to Europa, from the Mars domes to ring stations around Neptune, every colony answered with one voice. Humanity was no longer afraid. Meanwhile, far away, the Dominator fleet crawled out of its giant hangars like a swarm of metal beasts. These were not normal Council ships. They were forbidden war machines designed long ago, during the Council's darkest age. Their weapons were so destructive that even many Council members wanted them dismantled. But Vorik kept them hidden, preparing for a threat like humanity. Now they were awake again. Each Dominator ship was the size of a small moon, armed with weapons that could melt continents or cause gravity storms. Inside the Council chamber, several ambassadors watched the live activation feed with pale faces. "This is madness," one whispered. "No species deserves this," another said. "Humanity will not forgive us," a third murmured. But Vorik stood proud. "The humans will break. And the galaxy will fear us again." Admiral Thrazik lowered his head. He did not like this war. He respected human courage. But he was bound by duty, for now. On the Astrius, Aurora zoomed in on the incoming enemy. "General, the Dominator fleet will reach our border in 12 hours. Holt nodded. "Show me their formation." A large hologram appeared. Red shapes filled the map, hundreds of them. One officer swallowed hard. "Sir, that's more firepower than anything we've seen." Another whispered, "We're outnumbered 5 to 1. Holt looked calm. "Good. Then we don't have to waste time finding them." A few officers smiled nervously. The general's confidence felt like a shield. Aurora added, "We may be outnumbered but not outclassed. Our new systems outperform theirs by at least 40%. The crew shared hopeful looks. Suddenly victory didn't seem impossible. Hours later, the human fleet assembled beyond Pluto's orbit, far from civilians. Dozens of capital ships, hundreds of smaller vessels, and thousands of drones floated in formation. A soldier on the front line whispered, "I've never seen so many ships." His captain nodded. "And they're all ours." In the distance, a dark wall of shapes appeared, growing larger, closer. The Dominator fleet had arrived. The cosmic battlefield became quiet, as if the stars themselves were holding their breath. The Council fleet opened a channel. A tall hologram of Chancellor Vorik materialized on every human ship. "You humans do not understand your place," Vorik said coldly. "You will surrender and return to Council control. Reject this and your worlds will burn." General Holt stepped into the hologram's view. "Chancellor," he said calmly, "we will not surrender." Vorik narrowed his glowing yellow eyes. "You think your little fleet can challenge us?" Holt smiled slightly. "No, we don't think. We know." Before Vorik could respond, Aurora cut the channel. Silence returned. But now the silence felt electric. Aurora addressed the fleet. "Human vessels, prepare for engagement." Her voice echoed across every ship. Shield systems online. Rail cannons charged. Pulse disruptors warmed. Teleport arrays active. General Holt raised his hand. "Fleet, hold position." Hundreds of ships froze. The Council fleet advanced slowly, like a massive beast closing in on a small prey. Except this prey had teeth.